Hello. All right, so we're having French toast. I'm using the ugly bread to make the French toast with. It's for lunch because this morning was rather wild and I didn't get breakfast made. So I told them I would make it for lunch. As it is 12:06, I'm finally getting started on it. So I'm gonna do this while I talk to y'all. And I'll turn the camera a little bit, but I am using some oil, but I may need to use more of it. I may end up pulling the coconut oil out and going ahead and using that. So we'll see in a minute, but I'm gonna get this ready. My husband should be home pretty soon, so I'm gonna get the first ones made for him. But in the process, I need to get syrup made. So I'm going to show y'all how we make our homemade syrup. I'm only going to do a single batch today because, well, that's all we need. And let me put this pan out. Lately, it seems like everything gets little crummy dust type things in it. I'm not sure why. Okay, so we're going to start with 1 cup of water, and then it'll be 2 cups of sugar. I know, but that's not enough, so we're not going to use that. I mean, we might use it, but we're not going to use that for lunch. Alrighty, let me get this. Put 1 cup of water in there, please. Alright, let me grab the sugar.
Hot or cold?
It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm back. Got our sugar. This is what we have left till tomorrow evening, so we've done good sugar wise. And I'm gonna start the syrup and then start the I guess I better measure out the sugar. We're gonna use the majority of it. What's left in here will be what we'll have for our coffee in the morning. All right, so I've got my sugar.
And the water.
And the water. All right, while that starts to boil, I'm gonna cut up the bread. I dripped a little water on that. Good thing it's going in the other. All right, I'm gonna slice up my bread and then figure out how many eggs I need to use. So far, I have them. So far, we have used 4 eggs. So this whole week. So fresh eggs, that is, out of a dozen. So we have. Need to move that back so it's not so close to the heat. Technically, we have 8 eggs. I don't want to use all the eggs because I would like to have some eggs left for tomorrow morning for breakfast. So we'll see. We'll see what we end up with. Alrighty. I'm gonna turn that off. I don't need that just yet. Got my first loaf of bread sliced up. I'm gonna turn this a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Yeah, the bread's too close. I don't have a very good workstation here. I'm too close to the heat. Alright. So I'm gonna start with 3 eggs and just see how that works. That's a really big one. Now, there are more in here than our allotment for the week because yesterday, or Wednesday, thank you. My daughter gave me some workspace. My husband came home from church. No, this is fine. Just leave it right here. My husband came home from church.
That didn't work.
That didn't work. With an 18 count of eggs from someone in our church.
Here.
So they told me to check them because they had not been refrigerated, but they hadn't been washed either. So I did the water test and they were all fine. So let me rinse my fingers. Excuse me, dog. She likes to lay right behind my feet when I'm cooking. Oh, and this is a vintage style apron that I got on Amazon a while back and I dyed it. It was white and I don't do well with white. I get white things dirty. So I decided, put those in the trash for me and bring me back the cup. So I decided to go ahead and dye it a denim color that my daughter was using for something she was dyeing. It worked out perfect.
Can I whisk?
So, yeah, you can whisk. All right, we're gonna do a cup of milk, and I'll add some cinnamon to it.
They're not allowed to know how to make like French toasters, like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look. Maybe, but we're not pouring syrup on top right now. You can fix your own with your syrup. Okay. All right, now let me turn this back on. Got my big cast iron skillet.
Want me to start dipping?
It's chilly outside.
Want me to start dipping?
Yes. Put that in the cup. All right.
Yes, sir. Like that?
Yep, make sure both sides are good and coated, and then lay it in there. Yeah.
Probably be best. Oh, that is cold.
Cold milk, cold eggs.
They're so cool.
All right, our water is almost boiling for the syrup.
Steamy.
So I'm going to show y'all that in a moment.
You need to try them on so we know if they need to come record.
I'm recording a video, so you know. All right, let me get around you. I'm going to
Don't want to get splattered.
turn this to here. The water is just starting to boil.
It's
So,
just barely.
we're going to pour in our sugar.
Oh, that is not budging. I think you need to put that one.
All of my tongs are falling. They get caught. There you go. All right, so this, we'll leave it.
Ow!
Did you burn yourself?
That hit me.
I'm sorry. All right. So basically, we just let this melt the butter down, the sugar down until it turns clear, and then we'll add mapling. But things are getting a little loud, so I'm gonna go. Okay, my husband didn't realize we were recording and everybody was talking at once. It just got a little overwhelming. So, okay, we are getting these. I'm gonna pull this out of here.
Pop. Goes the weasel.
There's the French toast. Yes, we're having French toast for lunch. So, I'm gonna finish this up and get the plates on the table. Good afternoon. So here's where I'm at. It's supper time. I just got home. I went out to a friend's farm to take something for her to take to her daughter-in-law, who's one of my closest friends. While I was there, she gave me two things. Grapes. And if I can get this, eggs. So, rationing ends tomorrow, and we have plenty of eggs to start Monday with, Sunday. So, my lips are really dry. Today, we were given shrimp. During World War II, shrimp was not rationed. So I decided I'm going to cook shrimp tonight. But oil. We're very low on oil. I have a lot of butter, but I don't want to use butter to deep fry because it would burn. But then I thought, several weeks ago, when I fried something, I strained the oil and I saved it in a jar. And then I fried something else and did it again. I strained it. And I still have probably about 3/4 of a quart of already used, already fried in a couple of times. So it's not like I'm just using fresh oil. So I'm going to use it to fry shrimp tonight because why not? It's already used. It's not like I'm using, it would have been what somebody would have done back then. They would have reused their oil. So I'm going to reuse the oil. And then we're going to have pinto beans that are already cooked with a little bit of ground beef in them for flavor. I've already got those cooked. I was going to cook rice and do beans and rice. And then we got the shrimp. So I'll come up with the meal. I wanted to record myself doing it all, but as y'all heard earlier, my husband comes in, he gets loud, and he'll be home in about 5 minutes. And the house just gets too loud for recording. So I'm going to just go ahead and go in and get busy and start frying up some shrimp. And we'll have a yummy supper tonight.